In this lecture, we will see substitute command in action, but firstly, let's print content of our test file table.txt. We can, for example, want to replace name John with name Richard. So write set, use one-letter command S, followed by 3 slashes, and inside first 2 slashes write John, and into replacement part write Richard. The input file will be table.txt. And we see that in output we don't see John anywhere. He was replaced by Richard. Great. When we print content of our file, we still see John here, as set by default doesn't change input file. Now let's say we want to replace John with Richard, but only on second line. So in address place, before S command, we will put number 2. If we run it, we don't see any change, as pattern John was not found on second line. The same will be for fourth line. But if we specify to do the change on third line, we see that John was replaced by Richard. Great. Now we can again display content of our testing file. And let's say that we want to do replacement for address range, which will be from first to last line. So we are using as an address 1, comma, $, which means from first to last line, and we will replace John with name Richard. And it is working. Great. Let's again print output of our file to see clearly what is there. We can do some experiment. So firstly, copy table file to table3.txt. And now we can do replacement directly in input file. So we are using option I. No output should be printed to standard output here. So with that option I, we will do replacement John to Richard. As an input file will be table3.txt. So no output is printed here, which is correct. And if we show output of table3.txt, we see that Richard is here instead of John. Great. Now we can do another example on initial table file. So print its output using cut command. And now imagine that your boss told you to hide age of persons whose age is greater than 30, and you can hide it by 3 asterisks. So in our substitute command we need to use regex, which will match 30 or more. So there need to be 2 numbers, and first one will be in range 3 to 9. Second number can be represented by digit class, which represents any number from 0 to 9. Be aware that in this example I am assuming that no one will be older than 99 years, otherwise we would need to adjust regex a little bit. And this regex we can replace with 3 asterisks. So if we run it, great, we see hidden age for Peter, who had 50, and for Mark, who has 33. This works perfectly. Now, show again output of our testing file, and let's say that we want to replace pattern HR with 3 times printed HR. So instead, for printing 3 times HR, we can use 3 times ampersand symbol. And this ampersand symbol represents the string that matches the regex. And if we run it, we see that in output is 3 times printed HR. Great! This ampersand symbol is very helpful when you want to print some string which matches regular expressions while you don't know how that string looks like.